walking in the house in my road, gotta make her put it on. She don't like wearing clothes, just left Concord, North Carolina. I was licking on booty in a whole lot of vagina. Eat a boozer with some ice cream, she'll remember you. Ice Cube, make it chip, shiver like the winter do.
See me with the crew, I better get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move, make a move.
Started. Please don't get me started. Started. Please don't get me.
Snake Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. Welcome to another rendition of Rikers Stories, man. With your boy, the hardest working man in YouTube, man. Oh, drop my claw, drop my claw. Yeah, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man. Get these stories out there. For those of y'all who be wondering, because I done had maybe 2 or 3 people over the last couple weeks ask me what be in my bag. Weights. I got a plated weight in my bag right now. Listen, this is what I do every day. Early in the day or midday. It's getting hot, so I ain't going to keep doing this every day, but I walk around, I get 10,000 steps in, right? That burns a couple 100 calories every day. When you trying to build muscle, but lose a certain amount of body fat at the same time, walking 30 minutes, 45 minutes, especially up to an hour, every single day getting in 10,000 steps. And it'll help you keep the fat down, but also you'll keep the muscle, because, you know, some cardiovascular exercises, you do it too much, you know, your body will start replenishing itself by eating away at your muscle. So that's why I do that. So any of you niggas who want to keep asking me, it's weights in my bag. Weights. Sometimes groceries if I walk past the store. But listen though. Today's Rikers story, and I can't speak on everywhere, but I can speak for the time where I was there, right? All the savages, all the bosses, I'm not even going to say all, you know what I'm saying, because there's never a one-size-fits-all rule, right? But I'm going to say 80-90% of the savages who set foot in C-74, right? They all got beat up, violated, extorted, just like hazed in some type of way, before they ended up being whatever big name they are. And this happens over and over and over again. You know, this even happened to somebody who grew up in my same building, right? A former friend of mine's little brother, you know, he pulled up to C-74, right? He was locked up. He first got there. He got extorted. They took his jeans. They took his sneakers. They took his, you know what I'm saying? They violated him. He got violated for a couple months. Then he got his weight up. That's the thing about Rikers Island. Anytime you're ready, you can start getting your weight up. And that's just what happens, you know what I'm saying? Most dudes go through it. Most dudes go through it, man. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it needs to be said. Why? Because this is just going to put you in the mind state of our people. Just the mind state of what goes on when you're in the penitentiary, which is hurt people. While I'm interviewing more people, understanding these prison stories and learning about what happened in Rikers Island for as far back as the 90s, a lot of traditions that was going on, right, when I was there, was traditions that started in the 90s and before the 90s. Like when you talking about situations like the gang members and the chair arrangements. Certain dudes sit in certain chairs, and if you blood, you got a red chair. You Crip, you got a blue chair. Black King, you got a yellow chair. You know, all that, you know what I'm saying? All that goofy shit, right? But this applies to everybody, man. I personally know of several dudes. First of all, let me explain something about Rikers Island. It's really like really the 4-day laws of power really apply to all facets of life, but especially Rikers Island. Like, I could just think of so many laws, you know what I'm saying? Laws like despise the free lunch, which is like, depending on where you at in prison or Rikers Island, you go somewhere and you don't know somebody and they offer you something free, you might not want to do that because you might be indebted with interest to these people. You know what I'm saying? And in extreme places, mostly not New York, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't a whole lot of booty taking going on in New York, but in other places, a whole lot of booty taking. You despise the free lunch, or you might owe somebody your booty, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like, don't offend the wrong person. Y'all know I got stories like that. You don't know what big homie little brother is in the crib you in. You try to bully the wrong little homie. Then you get sent somewhere and his brother running it. And he don't even got to be next to you to get you touched. These type of things happen when you're dealing with gang members and their family members. You know? And also it's a rule called, I mean, I'm saying it verbatim, but the rule that talks about create a spectacle, right? Giving somebody something to see, right? Something to remember you by. That's the same as making an example out of nigga. And really like destroying them in front of everybody to show how tough you is. And then the other law, which talks about how you can recreate yourself. Most dudes on Rikers Island, they recreated themselves, you know? Everyone recreates themselves in some type of way. Everybody gets disrespected in some type of way. It don't matter if you locked up for a body. All it is somebody else who locked up for a body that's going to try you. Or somebody who, like, I don't care if he locked up for a body. He shot somebody. That don't mean he can fight. That don't mean he going to grab this piece of radiator and put in no work with it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, and that's what I mean when I say, for a fact, you know, everywhere you could possibly go at that time, you know, you'll hear about somebody who putting in mad work, somebody who's a terror in this crib. But then you come to find out they've been locked up 2-3 years, right? And they was the ones doing the meditation, don't hurt me blood dance, when they first got to the rock. But here's the thing, right? You get there, you get violated, right? And then over time, those dudes is violating you, they go home, or most likely, they go up north. So then they go up north, but here's the thing. You might develop a friendship with the same people who was violating you over time. So they start liking you, right? They start giving you, putting you in positions. Putting you in positions to get your weight up. Then they know they want to leave. They leave in the crib. You know, it's really like a rite of passage thing that went down sometimes where dudes, a lot of times dudes, it'd be tougher dudes that's new that come into the crib that might want the crib, but the dudes that got it and they leaving, they'll give it to their little homie who they used to violate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it don't always work out for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't always work out for them. Like, I remember in one Lowe, it was a dude from Cortland who I never met before that day. But it was a Spanish dude from Cortland. He ended up going up north. He had the crib, and then there was another dude named AB who had the crib, right? The Spanish dude goes up north first, and then AB goes up north, and he leaves the crib to some tall, slim dude, right? Who, like, he was on the team, but he was in that one crib for like a year straight. But he was day room when he first got there. But he ended up getting real cool with AB. And AB, you know what I'm saying? AB put him in a position of power and then gave him the crib. But the only thing about that is that anyone could be given a crib. But if dudes don't respect your shit, they just gonna take it from you. So I remember he had the crib. And mind you, this is when I said it was one Lowe. It was like mad different regime changes and shit within like a couple weeks. So dude get the crib. He was from the Bronx, by the way. And then another guy named Lowe comes from like 3 Main or something. He like, yo, who running the crib? Oh, you? You? Who got half with you? Oh, this Patria dude? I want your half. I don't know the Patria dude, but you look sweet. I want your half. So what he do is he agreed to the one-on. Rob Lowe and the guy, they go in the crib. I mean, not go in the crib. They go in the cell. They fight for a couple seconds and then come out. Rob Lowe beat him up. Took the crib over. This was the fastest regime change I ever seen. It literally was like a couple days. He had it for like 2-3 days. Rob Lowe come, takes it. It was over. But of course, Rob Lowe ended up getting like packed up. He ended up getting packed up for like a fight or something. A fight. Yeah, a fight. They jumped somebody, something like that. Rob Lowe gets packed up. Then of course, you know, the Brooklyn dude came out of PC because he had wild beef. But here's the thing. Where all this beef come from? He was probably getting violated and signed in the PC himself, but was just saying that he got signed in the PC because he was getting smoked everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We don't know, right? So it was just him. But it's like, all these dudes get violated. They just pass the tradition down. You know, people remember trauma, and they pass trauma down. It's just like you, if you're watching this video right now, and you discipline your kids with a belt, that's not really necessary, right? And people who use the belt, right? Sometimes you might get mad because you let your kid get away too many times. And then by the time you use the belt, it's more like abuse and less like discipline, you know what I'm saying? Because you overdo it a little bit. And they got all these extra welts on their body and all of that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's because that's learned behavior. That's learned trauma that you pass down. So dudes, they come into the island, they get violated, they deal with all this trauma, they get to a position of power, and then you know what they say? They say, hey, you know what? I had to go through it, I survived it, so they got to go through it too. That's just how it is, man. Like, shit, come subscribe, peace.